Now here's Durant. D right on him. Vucevic with the block. Here's Henderson. Shot is off.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
It comes from me being 8 years old and me just saying I wanted to be the best player. You know, first off, at 8 years old, you want to be the best player in your neighborhood, and that's where it comes from. Just always want to be the best, and no matter where I'm playing at. And if I keep working each and every year, I've gotten better. You know, if I continue to just keep working, I've seen improvements.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best?
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
Durant is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Baker in at the point guard.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Henderson following the basket by Russell Westbrook. And that one's good. Mr. Fundamentals got the lead. Back up to 2 now for the Magic.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Durant attacking 13 feet away. Rebound by the Magic.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
40 seconds left here in the second. Left side, Westbrook. Ibaka outside. This one for 3. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Ibaka's got 5 now.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to step out on the perimeter.
Oladipo misses.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Vucevic kicks to Henderson. Oladipo for 3.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Magic lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic.
They're playing with a sense of urgency, even though they're at home. Sometimes you feel so comfortable on your home court, the other team can jump on you. But they know these fans have their back, and now they're well positioned to build a lead in the second half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realize they had to deal with a team who was red hot most of the first half, but that's an excuse. You know what? They got to be aggressive. They got to step up on that D. They got to prevent that. They need more effort, Ernie.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at the Beast, he's really been playing well.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talked about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
They've got Victor Oladipo. Vucevic is out there with the Magician, and it's the Beast, and it's Mr. Fundamentals, and at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
We've got 1:23 left to play here in the third. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
Nails the 16-footer. Mr. Fundamentals got 8.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Oh, and the jam by Westbrook. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Now, here's Vucevic, and they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Baker passes to Ibaka. The shot no good. And Orlando will come the other way.
And this is the first of 2 games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchups we don't get to see that often, so I'll be watching this one closely.
The visitors with the ball. It's a 1-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan. And they never figured out how to attack the defense in that way.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The away team up 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Here's the Beast. We've got Durant, Russell Westbrook out there with the professor, and it's Ibaka, and it's Cantor in at the 5. Here's Vucevic, and he converts the layup. Vucevic has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Magic.
And I'm sensing something special going on here tonight.
It certainly does have the feeling of a classic, Greg. Let's see which team is better equipped to handle the pressure.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And the pass to Baker. Dishes to Ibaka. 14 feet away. Great D that time from Vucevic.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Got a piece of it. And they're pushing it up. Here's Baker. Westbrook with a wide open look. Drills the baseline jumper.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 3. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Oladipo, the pass to Richards. Kicks it to Vucevic. And a big bounce off the rim by Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
Well, unless they alter the defense on him, I mean, he should be the guy they go to. His height gives him a huge edge the way they're playing him now, so keep going to it until the defense adjusts.
Here's Durant. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're behind by 3. 1:04 left in the game. Here's Oladipo. Mr. Fundamentals passes to Richards. Here's Durant. He shoots again. Sinks it.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
The Magic shooting wonderfully up to this point. 67%. Feeds to Vucevic. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes. Like conducting an orchestra.
And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Shot no good. Ibaka with some nice D. And they go to the intentional foul. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Orlando. Baker. At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're losing by 7. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Napier. Passes to Fournier. Takes a 3. Another miss by Orlando. Augustine with it. The visiting club takes the win on the road. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Serge Ibaka. He stepped up his game tonight, getting it done all game long and making the plays whenever they needed him to.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.